Are basketball teams that move to Los Angeles allergic to changing their name? Do Mormons like jazz? And did you know that the Warriors started in Philadelphia, which is where they got their name? Where did all these names come from in the Western Conference? Let's answer all of them. That's what we're doing today. Play the intro. Just like the last video, I'll be going over the name of the team, any previous locations, previous names if they had any, and other names they could have been called. Let's begin. When Dallas was deciding a name, a contest was held. 46,000 options became 3. Wranglers, Express, and Mavericks. The last option won. The meaning behind Mavericks was the former Western Maverick, which ran for 5 seasons. Fun fact, James Garner, the main character of Maverick, was part of the Mavs' original ownership group. No, they aren't named after chicken nuggets. Originally known as the Denver Rockets, however, Houston had the name when Denver made the jump from the ABA to the NBA. A Name the Team contest was held. In the end, Nuggets was chosen after the gold rush and Denver's mining history. Originally founded in San Diego, Rocket stood for San Diego's theme, which was a city in motion. When the team moved to Houston, the name fit in a city with a history connected to the space industry. If I said the Golden State Warriors started in Philadelphia, would anyone believe me? Well, it's true. The Warriors began in Philadelphia from 1946 to 1962. The name came from a former National Basketball League team that was called the Philadelphia Warriors. When the team shipped across the country from Philadelphia to San Francisco, they kept the name. In 1971, the Warriors renamed themselves to the Golden State Warriors to represent the Bay Area of California. This franchise originally started in Buffalo as the Braves. 8 years after their founding, they would move to San Diego. After a contest, Clippers won after Clipper sailboats that sailed through San Diego. When they moved to Los Angeles, instead of changing the name, they kept it, even though there aren't Clippers in Los Angeles. Or Clippers fans. Too soon? If I had a nickel for every time an NBA team moved to Los Angeles and didn't change their name, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. The Lakers started in Minneapolis. For reference, there are 10,000 lakes in Minnesota. In 1960, the team packed up and moved to Los Angeles. Turns out there are lakes in Los Angeles. 22 to be exact. So the name kinda makes sense. Not as much as Minneapolis, but it would be weird for LA to not be called the Lakers. I talked about when this team was in Vancouver in eternal hibernation. When deciding the name, Vancouver wanted to be called the Mounties after the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. However, the RCMP objected and the team couldn't secure a trademark. So the team went with Plan B, Grizzlies. When the team moved to Memphis, they kept the name, even though there aren't Grizzly Bears in Tennessee. When Minnesota got another NBA team, a Name the Team contest was held. Numerous options were narrowed down to 2 finalists, Polars and Timberwolves. The franchise asked every city council in Minnesota to decide on the name. The Timberwolves melted the Polars 2-1. The name Timberwolves came from the large population of Timberwolves in Minnesota, which is the most in the United States. As previously mentioned in the Eastern Conference name origin, the Hornets moved from Charlotte to New Orleans in 2002. That name came from a British general in the Battle of Charlotte. In 2013, the team gave the Hornets name back to Charlotte, while New Orleans went with a different name. Owner Tom Benson wanted to bring back the Jazz, but Utah wasn't keen on giving it up. Instead, the team went with Pelicans after the Louisiana State Bird. In November of 2007, it was announced that the Seattle Supersonics were moving to Oklahoma City. A name change was imminent. In September, 10 months after the move and only a month before the season started, OKC revealed their new name, the Thunder. The meaning behind the Thunder is Oklahoma is located in an area where thunderstorms happen often, and Oklahoma is home of the 45th Infantry Division, known as the Thunderbirds. In a Name the Team contest run by the Arizona Republic, 28,000 names were submitted. Finalists included Cougars, Mavericks, Mustangs, Rattlers, Scorpions, Suns, Thunderbirds, Tumbleweeds, and Wranglers. Suns were chosen by the original owner. For my guess, the name came from Phoenix's hot weather. Duh. In February of 1970, Portland was awarded an NBA team. A Name the Team contest was run and featured 10,000 different options. The most popular choice was Pioneers. However, Lewis and Clark College used Pioneers as the mascot for their sports teams. So the ownership chose Trailblazers after the Lewis and Clark expedition, which ended near present-day Portland. This franchise originally started in Rochester, New York. Owner Les Harrison chose the name Royals because he connected it to revolutionary people who lived in Rochester like Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony. What did they have to do with royalty? I don't know. They kept the name when they moved to Cincinnati, but when they moved to Kansas City, the franchise had to change the name to the Kings due to the Kansas City Royals already possessing the name. Kings stuck when the team moved from Kansas City to Sacramento. I made a video on this team as well. Go watch it after this. The Spurs originally started in a different city with a different name in a different league. This team was founded as the Dallas Chaparrals in the American Basketball Association. In 1975, due to financial problems, the team was sold and moved to San Antonio. Originally, the team was going to be called the Gunslingers, but before they even played a game, they changed the name to Spurs. Spurs are attachments on cowboy boots mainly used to control a horse's movement and direction. San Antonio is known as the birthplace of the cowboy. The story is that owner Red McCombs wanted to pay tribute to his hometown of San Antonio, and that is why he changed the name before the first game. I don't think Mormons like jazz music. The Jazz didn't start in Utah. They started in New Orleans. In 1974, New Orleans was granted a team. Ownership chose the name Jazz after the popular genre of music in New Orleans. When the Jazz moved to Salt Lake City, there wasn't enough time to come up with a new name and logo before the next season, so the name Jazz stuck, and it's been their name for more than 4 decades. And that's every NBA team's name in the Western Conference as of June 2024. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Today's shoutout goes to Hunter Cummings. I'll see you in the next video.